Hello there, friends, and happy May 4th. So, to celebrate Star Wars Day, something pretty crazy happened this last week. A couple of months ago, Disney and Star Wars Australia New Zealand put out an email saying, hey, enter for a chance to win a special look at Mando and Grogu, blah, 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 blah. And I enter in all these every time the movie stuff comes around, which is, just a dream. I'm like, oh, it'd be so cool to go to one of these event things and see a sneak peek. I got in. So last Friday, I got an email saying, hey, here's your invite. We'll see you there. So I'm currently now at the IMAX movie theaters in Melbourne CBD, and I'm about to head up and go see what this is all about. I am very excited and a little bit giddy because this is something I have kind of imagined, oh, that'd be so cool to do, and now I actually get to go to one, which is amazing. The only downside is Storm's not here because she's been in hospital recovering from her accident, so that is a real shame that I can't get to experience this with her. So I'm going to try and film as much as I can to show her and call her and talk all about this as soon as it's done. This is a bit of a unique, weird way to spend my May the 4th, but seeing a special look at the Mando and Grogu, I have no idea what it means. I'm just excited to get to do that and experience it. So let's go on this little adventure, and I'll film as much as I possibly can without getting in trouble. I'm just walking to the main area now where the IMAX cinema is. And there seems to be a few people crowded out the front there, so there might be people lining up already because it is at 6 o'clock and it's currently nearly 5:30, so this is exciting. I do not know what to expect, but I'm ready. We're in. Oh my goodness.
That's what I heard out of the baby.
It's pretty much how I feel.
Tonight is all about you, our fans. Ahead of the full film release on May 21st, we are incredibly excited to share with you a sneak peek of The Mandalorian and Grogu, and you are the first in the world for a full global rollout happening today, sharing with fans this very special look. Woo! You're what makes this franchise so incredible and what has kept it enduring for so many generations. And it is very heartwarming to see you out tonight, sharing in your love of Star Wars with your friends and family.
Okay, I am back home now. I've had dinner and I've sort of just sat and thought over the experience of tonight because, in all honesty, that was a bit of a dream come true for me as a Star Wars fan, and something that I've kind of always thought like that would be so cool to happen if I ever got the opportunity to do something like that since I was like a teenager. You know, loving the prequels and getting invested in the sort of movies and the franchise. So yeah, getting to see, which I did get to see the first 25 minutes of the movie early was really, really, really awesome. Like, thank you to Star Wars and Disney for putting on that event. I'm blessed that I was lucky enough to get chosen out of all the other people who probably sent email applicants to get it, because this wasn't like this was random. I got picked. Like, they put out an email saying like, "Hey, apply for your chance to get in," and I applied instantly, and I managed to get in. So I personally couldn't be more happy, because that's something I've always dreamed and wanted to try and do, just because I love the movies and I've always wanted to try and, be cheeky and get to see it a bit earlier. But yeah, I won't give you any spoilers or any information like that, because they did ask us to not to reveal too much like that. So I want to be respectful, and I also want to, I got that opportunity. I want to do my best to be a good person about it as well. I will show you this one really awesome thing that popped up that we got at the end of the movie. So at the end of the screening, we got this awesome Mando and Grogu poster here. This is so cool. I've always been jealous of the people in America who get to go to Star Wars Celebration and they get like, posters of the events and exclusive merchandise and everything like that. Like, this is really, really cool. This is like my first sort of one, and I love it. It's special to me, so I've got to get it framed now, and it's in a really beautiful thick like paper card stock. So that's awesome. It's like nice. I love that it's like a matte finish or a more satiny finish instead of a glossy kind of one. So it's cool. It's so cool that it's Mando and Grogu too. Like, yeah, I love that. So what ended up happening was we lined up. We got these wristbands here, which I've cut mine off because I'm a sentimental man and I'm going to keep this as my green for Grogu little silly wristband. I know it's probably trash to most people, but I keep all my movie tickets, and yeah, this is just like such a cool little piece of paper for May the 4th. But I love this stuff, so it means something to me. But yeah, we got to. So once it hit about 6 o'clock, they opened the doors, they scanned all of our like tickets and let us in. And then as we went down the escalator, we came into the main foyer of IMAX, and there was like a cool little marquee set up where they had someone from the Rebel troops, or I can't remember what their actual like name is. I know there's the 501st. What? Rebel? No. I can't remember what they're called. Sorry, it's late now. It's like 11:30. My brain's melting. And anyway, they had a cool guy in the X-wing suit there, and then they had two droids. They had like an R2 unit, and then they had someone bought their homemade chopper, which was amazing because the guy controlling Chopper really made Chopper feel real, if that makes sense. Like, he understood and knew how cheeky he was as a droid, and he was just driving around doing that perfectly, which that was great in of itself. So, that just instantly, for these things, I go into like little kid mode. I'm trying to like record and get footage and stuff, but then I'm just like, oh, and just stoked to see like Chopper there. And even though I can see the guy over to the side controlling him, I'm just so focused on the droid, and I loved it. So that was like fun just watching that. But yeah, after, we had a look at the marquee and stuff there. I'm rambling, so I apologize. We then went into the cinemas. They basically like, yep, you can go in. So we got in. I tried to get a good sort of seat right in the middle of IMAX there, because I feel like if you get too far down, you're like looking straight up at this huge screen. So I was perfectly in the middle. I couldn't have been happier with the seats that I got. So I was pretty stoked on that as well. And then we had this lady come out from Disney's marketing department here in Australia, or Star Wars AUNZ. I'm pretty sure she was from Disney though, but that it's all all one sort of a situation like that. So yeah, we had her out here, and she gave us a little bit of rundown on what the film was, and like don't record and all that kind of stuff, but also just like Happy May the Fourth and celebrating with them. The thing that I didn't even cross my mind, which was really cool too, was we were one of the first audiences in like a theater to actually see this globally, which I thought that was amazing, because I know a bunch of American influencers and other Star Wars channels got to essentially see what we saw, and they got that whole experience in John Favreau's studio with all of the props and everything. So it was, but that was like not a cinema of people. This was the full IMAX was full. Like every seat nearly sold out. There was a couple empty ones from I guess last minute cancelees and stuff. So that was cool getting to see that and listen to her talk about that and everything. And then the next thing you know, bang, the movie starts. So I'll just give you my initial thoughts, because I don't want to spoil anything, because it's out in 2 weeks, so let's just enjoy the build up, because that's some of the funnest times. So what I will say is most of the stuff that you see in the trailers was within that first 25 minutes, which was really, really good. That felt awesome. And I feel like it'll be within the first hour from the direction I was getting, the vibe of where the story was kind of going. It is very action-packed, amazing choreography, very like fast-paced, but in a good way. Like as in, the story was moving along quite quickly in that 25 minutes, but it was all flowing well and making sense. And I was like, okay, I'm liking where this is going. Grogu is going to absolutely melt hearts. Like he is so adorable, and he's got some really standout moments. Just cute little things. He's just so fucking cute. I get that love aggression, just like he's so cute. So yeah, he was just adorable. Mando's awesome. He's a badass. He's such a cool badass. The one thing I will say, which we've all seen it from the trailers and everything, Zeb is in this and he looks amazing. Like Zeb is in the opening 25 minutes, and I was like, this is blowing my mind as a Rebels fan. Like we only got such a brief little bit of him in the earlier TV series in live action, but now getting him with more talking and seeing him walk around more and everything, it's cool. It's so cool. It really felt like it flowed really well with the first 3 seasons of Mando. It felt like an extension onwards from season 3, where like we left off there. It feels like it's about a year onwards. I can't remember the exact timeline, but it could be a year or a bit. But it feels like this is happening now while Ahsoka's off doing Ahsoka season 1 stuff. So it all felt like it was part of the world, which was cool, because it really felt like Mando season 1 through 3, Book of Boba Fett, and Ahsoka all just kind of fitted in this nice little bundle, which was good. The other thing I liked from this first 25 minutes was it felt like a fun, exciting Star Wars movie. I love Andor and I love Maul, and I really do like the dark and gritty Star Wars too, but I really like the happy, funny, goofy stuff as well. Well, not goofy, but you know what I mean. Bit of tongue-in-cheek, bit of fun that Mando has been. And yeah, that was just nice. That was really nice, because the world has been a bit poo-poo this year. Not only for everyone globally, but also for me personally. My wife's in hospital, my partner with this, and we've had a lot of family death and then sickness and stuff this year. So this year's been a tough year, and it's only May. So getting to just have something quite light and fun. I had a fair few good little laughs during that. Some like cute moments, and yeah, it just felt good. It's nice. It's really good to have that. It's awesome Star Wars back on the big screen. And that was such an awesome experience. I'm very, very lucky, and I feel very blessed that I managed to get chosen out of all the other people who put emails in or whatnot. So yeah, thank you so much to Disney and Star Wars Australia, New Zealand. Like that's That's sick. That was the coolest thing I've done as a 32-year-old adult. I really hope that I can go to more when more movies come out, because that would be amazing. And I really hope the next one, Storm, can come with me. I really want to take her and experience it together, because it's our thing. So yeah, thank you for coming on these last 2 videos of me, which have been a very intense start to May 1st and May 2nd, May 3rd and May 4th. That's how tired I am. Well, I think now that's a perfect spot for me to end it, friends. Thank you for coming and watching this with me. If you like all this kind of Star Wars stuff, like and subscribe. Enjoy, and I will see you all in the next one.